Hey everybody, how you doing today? It's Thursday, May the 11th. I just wanted to start off this live stream by talking about Frank really quickly for a second here. I haven't had a chance to do that, but if you guys obviously heard the news a couple days ago, Frank passed away, and it's really sad. I didn't know him very well, but I did get a chance to meet him at DCon, and it's quite something. He was quite an amazing guy. And, I'm actually quite impressed with, the Veve community and how people have responded to this. It's been quite amazing. I do know that there's going to probably be a live stream coming up this weekend on Randy's channel. That's probably going to be helping to raise funds. So we'll see how that develops. Stay tuned on Randy's channel just for some info about that. But, I had a chance to meet him, and he was a really, really cool guy. I mean, one thing about Frank, I think that is really important to recognize is that, of his whole history of his art and everything, and if you look into his background, it's immense, but he had a greater understanding of the digital space and where this whole thing is going better than most. And, at his age and at his part of his career to have that kind of foresight is pretty amazing. So he's definitely a pioneer in the NFT space and in the Web3 space and in the artist space, taking his work to that next medium and pushing the boundaries on that and working with Veve. And it's pretty impressive for sure. And so when I was traveling home in November, of after DCon, I was like, I had that whole amazing weekend, just like anybody who went did. And I was traveling back, and, when after you've been around so many people like that, you're on this kind of crazy high. And, and then you're by yourself, right? So it can kind of be a little bit like stark, And I remember I was like, catching a ferry, and I had to actually do a lot of things. I had to cab, then I had to fly, and then I had to bus, and then I had to ferry. And so I had all the planes, trains, and automobiles type travel day to get back home. And I was at the kind of the latter stages of it. And I was on a ferry boat, and there was a Twitter space open, and Village was hosting it. And it was really cool because, I joined the space to talk to people. And then he changed the title of the space to helping Mycollectables get back home, that kind of thing. And it was pretty fun. And then out of nowhere, Frank just joined the space. He joined up, and he just for 2 hours while I was on the ferry, because I had to take a ferry boat that goes from to the island I live on. I do live on an island. It's kind of funny, right? But I'm on the west coast of Canada, so I had to take this ferry. So the whole time, he's in there just telling stories, and it was just super cool. It's just super cool. I couldn't believe he did that, and that was I'll never forget that. 2 hours. That was really fun. Learned a ton about him, and we just chatted, and it was just one of those really fun kind of special moments because I had just seen him, right, and that was cool. So since then, I haven't spoken to Frank or anything like that, but. And I'm not really going to get into any of the stuff today about, people buying and selling in the market and everything like that. I'm not really going to go down that road today. So don't bother commenting in the chat about that because it doesn't really matter. People can do whatever they want. The only thing I'm going to say about that is one small thing is that, when I saw the past, my thoughts kind of went to his family and not to the marketplace. That's all I'm going to say but do whatever you want to do. It's all good. I always preach on this channel. There's always opportunities in every situation, right? But, my thoughts went to his family and not making gems, but, no judgment, do whatever you want. But here's the post that went out by Twitter by Veve. Pretty great right here. All of us at Veve are devastated to learn about the passing of Frank, an absolute giant in art, toy, and rock and roll worlds. Now, in case you didn't know how big of his impact is, I just wanted to show you really quickly. If you just went to Google and you just looked at all the coverage of his passing, it's actually quite astounding. The amount of people that covered him. So Pitchfork, Exclaim, Kotaku, Planet Radio, Variety covered it. Consequence, Hype Beast, Metal Injection, Metal Sucks, CBS News, just to name a few, Euro News, Cairo 7, NME, MX Down Music, Loudwire, Book. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. He really did have a huge, wide-ranging reach in the music world, the art world, and of course in our space as well. So I just wanted to start the stream off that way, just paying a little bit of tribute. We'll miss him, and he's a cool guy, and his collectibles are pretty dope. That's for sure, right? So anyway, I'll just leave it at that, and we'll just move on to other more happy things. We can celebrate his life as time goes on here, but I just wanted to do that for you guys. And you know, feel free if you want to make a comment in the chat about it too, for sure. But I'm, like I said, I'm not going to get into the whole thing with people buying and selling and stuff, and you know, these collectibles. Like, I'm just not going to go there. I'm not going to cover that. I don't have really any bad feelings about that. I'm just going to leave it at that. But here is the thing that we had happen today, as we bring things up to a little bit of a lighter note. Everybody, we had the Franklin Richards comic happen today on Veve right here. You can see, there we go. Pretty nice comic. I didn't get one on the drop, so I'm going to have to look for this one in the marketplace for sure. And it's sold out, you know, it's sold out. So it's just sitting there. It's a good comic. Like I said, I covered it. I made a video about it. So I will be looking for a 3-digit today of the common. That's kind of what I go for. And also what I'm going to do today, which is actually even bigger for me, is that I'm actually going to be going after my master collector. And I want to ask you guys where you are. What level are you? What rank are you? Because I'm going to actually go in and test out to see if they're calculating my points correctly, because I'm going to figure out my daily points today just with the stuff that I have. I'm going to do it right here in front of you. It's going to only take a few minutes, but I'm going to count up my points, and I'm going to look at the points I got yesterday in the app, and I want to see if I'm getting more or less or what. And of course, there's other factors too with buying stuff in the market and stuff that gives you points in a day. But I'm going to check it out, my daily points today. I'm going to do the whole calculation, have it all set up and ready to go. So that's pretty cool. So we'll get into that in just a few minutes for sure. Over on DC NFT, in case you didn't know, right now they do have a drop going on. Let me just refresh this right here. It is the new drop, is the Green Arrow #1. Now I'm not buying this one from the store. Okay, on DC NFT, I'm not going for the drop on this one. I went for the Superman one because I have a thing for Superman. I mean, he's awesome, right? Like, I just can't help myself when they come out with a new Superman comic. So I went for that one, but I'm not going for this one. But the important thing to remember about what this one is all about, it's oh, that's another picture. Oh, that's another picture we'll talk about later. Oh, that's another picture we'll talk about later. It's this. This is what's going on DC, right? The epic cover chase. So this is pretty cool. So we got 2 out of the 4. And so basically, if you don't know what this is DC releasing the next 4 comics in a row. And, you know, they're all going to be this new variety. And you can see they're going to make a poster. You can see right here, these connect. And if you collect the epic covers, you will get like a special like NFT drop poster, you know, by a really cool artist. And so like, this is what people are doing. They're going after the epic over here, you know, for sure. And today, like I said, if you do this drop right here, you have a chance to get the epic, which is down here, this one. And if you land that, it's probably going to be worth about $75. Or that's how much the Superman is going for from the first drop. The Superman's going for about 75. So, you know, it's worth more than the legendary. So it's actually a decent drop to go for in case you want to, like, you know, roll the dice. If it's all about, you know, just creating that little set right there, or if you're like a collector and you want to go for it, you love the Green Arrow, that's cool as well. But you can see that you can get either one of these two, and you're going to be doing, they're both about the same price in the market. This is what the Superman is doing. If you actually go to, this one's not in the market yet, but if you actually go to the Superman, you can see the epic right here is actually sitting at 84. So it's gone up like $9 in the span of about 24 hours. It used to be 75 for almost the entire week since it came out last week. And, you know, that's close to what actually, if you filter it right here. And by the way, this is another thing I'll talk about in just a second. But if you actually look at the legendary is only 55 and the epic is 84. So you can see this is actually having an impact right here on their market. So it's a pretty cool thing. So I thought I'd throw that at you right there, and you guys can decide what you want to do with that for sure, right? Now, next little thing I wanted to mention is Star Wars is not finished this month, and people were wondering about this. Remember this leak that came out a couple weeks ago? You know, it's sitting here, you know, Admiral Akbar, and apparently, so the article was live for a short time, and so it's most likely, I mean, they could change anything, but it's like Admiral Akbar, and it looks like it's going to be the Rancor monster, okay? You know, the big Rancor that Luke battles under Jabba's palace, and Jabba the Hutt. So that can be pretty cool for sure, right? So those 3 are coming at some point, you know, 19th of May. So that could be in about a week from now on a Friday, I believe. Is that a Friday? Let me just double check my calendar right here. I think that's a Friday. So today that would be next, like next Friday potentially. So, I mean, I don't know if this is really going to happen or not. They could change it. They could do whatever but this was leaked out. So look forward to, some more Star Wars stuff in a week from now. And Jabba the Hutt would be pretty damn cool. And so would the Rancor, right? So that would be pretty cool too, right? So this is another thing I wanted to mention too. So if you're a member of my channel and you're in my rewards program, I'm reopening after, because it's halfway through the year, basically coming up. Since I had this before, it's almost halfway. I'm opening up the SAD Club again. And the SAD Club is like, if you haven't won anything on my channel as a member, this is a special place where you win. And members who haven't won anything, we make them happy, right? So this is the SAD Club. And last year was a really big success. We rewarded everybody that owns a drop head, won something at the end of the year. And throughout the year, throughout the first, like the last 4 months of the year or so, I was rewarding prizes to people who haven't won yet. So, everybody who owns a drop head who's a member of the channel is going to win, something. I mean, we handed out like tons of OMI and all that. So this is going to start up again on May the 15th, right? So if you're on my Discord server, you'll have to, on May the 15th, you'll have to enter the mint number of the drop head that you own, the one you got for free by joining the channel, or anyone you own. And if you haven't won anything, then you enter into that area, and then of course you'll have a chance to win. And members who have won, I will have some fun stuff for you guys too. We're going to spread the love. Everyone wins on the channel here, that's for sure, who owns a drop head. So we'll do that for sure. Now, the other little thing I wanted to point out is that, Miles Morales' movie is coming up on June the 2nd, you guys. And we're going to have, obviously, I think we're going to have some Veve drops leading up to them. We don't know what. I mean, if not, but we might get like some additional Miles Morales. I don't know about himself, but like maybe some of the other characters from the app, maybe Spider-Gwen, which would be absolutely amazing if we got her in the same rarity level as Miles. That would be a great pairing. So keep your eyes open for that. I will as well. But you can also, just so you know, you can go and buy advanced tickets now for this movie. Apparently they're out. You can actually, at least I got the notification on my email through my theater, through the big, Cineplex or whatever the theaters are called. I got the saying that I could actually go in and start looking at buying advanced tickets. And this is like just under a month away. So that's going to be super fun, you guys. I can't wait for that movie. I'm going to lose my mind on that movie when it comes out for sure. And I can't wait to see what Veve actually has, to drop around that movie. I mean, look up in the corner here. I don't know if you see this guy. See where my mouse is? That's Ben Reilly up there. And he looks exactly like he does in the comic book that we have in the app. He's wearing the little blue kind of like, little shirt, just like the comic, not like the Ben Reilly we actually have as a collectible, but like the comic. So that's pretty cool. And then we have others. Just Spider Punk is right there. You can see him. And there's like a Spider Cat right there. And there's like other ones as well. And then, of course, there's Spider-Man 2099 right there in the middle. I believe that's him, right? And he's voiced by the actor who plays Poe Dameron, right? So what's his name again? He's voiced by him. So that looks pretty cool. And then, of course, you can see little Peter Parker down there in Gwen's eyes with his little baby girl. And that baby girl is, Spider-Girl, right? Like, this is the What If comic that we have. So if you followed my channel, for a long time, that the What If Spider-Girl theory of mine is starting to come true. And I was thinking that it was going to be, it was going to be Tobey Maguire because, he's the original Spider-Man from those movies. And my theory was that because he's of the age where he would have a daughter, and then with him, with Mary Jane, and then that whole storyline would take off with her. If you know how Spider-Girl comes around in that What If story, it's the daughter of Peter Parker and Mary Jane. And Peter is like older and he's injured. And he actually got injured badly against the Green Goblin in his final battle. And his daughter is now like a teenager, and she discovers her powers, and she starts to make some stuff happen. And it's a really cool comic book if you want to look at that in the Veve app. I actually just bought the rare, and that's what I'm going to talk about in just a second. Because the rare of that comic, and any other rare that you get right now is super cheap if you're looking at daily master collector points, So I was like, that's what I'm really going to focus on in a few minutes here. So I'm going to calculate all my points for you guys and ask you where you are, what your rank is and all that. But the whole theory of that, that comic book, that What If, You know, it's a pretty neat thing. If you watch the last Spider-Man movie, you saw Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man show up with Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland, the three of them, and you saw him get stabbed pretty heavily by the Green Goblin, and he's getting older. So I thought that was a really good in real world, like not in real world, but in the MCU, like potential for that story. But also in this one, literally, you can see that Peter right here in her eyes. If you actually zoom in, I think we can zoom in even closer. You can actually see down here. You see? There she is, a little spider girl. So the only thing that's different about that story is that she has powers right there in this movie. It looks like if you watch the trailers, whereas the actual What If story, she discovers her powers because she's in high school and things start to happen, right? So you know, anyway, that's going to be quite interesting to do that for sure. Right now, this is the big thing that I'm going to be doing mostly today while I chat with you guys is checking out my my points. And I got the whole Veve thing right up here with earning points right here. You know, we're going to go through it. I'm not going to do a review on this. I'm literally just going to calculate my dailies right in front of you. Because if you look at my profile right here, it said yesterday, and you can't quite see it probably, but I got 102, just under 103 points yesterday, just dailies, right? So I wanted to make sure that this is accurate. And I want to see where I'm at, you know, because I'm at Diamond 4. You know, I just passed over to level 22 yesterday from level 21. So I want to know where you guys are as well for sure. But I'm going to check that out right there. And I do have a nice document that I brought up right here. And I'm going to show this right here where I'm actually going to quickly go through it and count it all up. You can see my little document that I made right here. This is what I'm doing. I'm doing my own. You guys should do this too. It's a lot of fun right here for sure. Right now, I'll do this in just a bit with you guys. I'll get to the chat in just a second. I also wanted to talk about just on Saturday. I'm going to do a live stream on Saturday after the Gauntlet. Okay, after the Gauntlet drops and all that stuff, and I'm going to do a bunch of comic rewards on Saturday. So stay tuned on Saturday. It's going to be a fun one, and we're just going to have a blast and see where the Gauntlet goes in the market. So I'll be posting that shortly. And on that Saturday, I'm going to give comics away and some Fantastic Four stuff. And I have a couple of special ones that I have not shown yet, that you will have to I'm going to be showing tomorrow if you're a member of the channel, and I'll tweet them out as well. I got a couple of really nice ones that I'm going to give out for that live stream. This is one that's going out, Fantastic Four. This is a reprint, Fantastic Four 114, and this is Franklin Richards is actually in this comic, who is the little baby that we got today in Veve. So that's a really cool. I don't have the actual original copy of Fantastic Four 114. This is Marvel Greatest Comics number 94. This is a reprint, but it's very cool. It's from like 1980. Then I'm going to give away this Disney 100 Fantastic Four comic right here. This is going to be fun as well. So that one's going to go out on Saturday as well. I was going to do them today, but I want to wait another day or two to see what announcements are for Veve. And also, I'm actually getting a bigger comic to give out. And then this one is Fantastic Four 128. This is a really early Fantastic Four comic I'm going to give out as well. Bronze Age one. That one's really cool for sure. Then I'm going to give out this Luke Skywalker Star Wars cover because Luke keeps climbing, or at least he's doing fantastic. Although his rares come back down a bit, so you know we'll talk about that in a few minutes too. But there's that Star Wars comic is going to come out, and then like I said, I have a comic special one that I'm going to give out that you'll have to look for. I will announce this shortly. You know, not on the live stream today, but I will announce it. You know, either tonight or tomorrow. And it's going to be a really good one. I'll give a spot away for people to win that for sure, right? No doubt. And we'll do that today before I leave the live stream. I'll give you a spot today in that comic book reward, which is pretty cool. And then down here, I'm also going to do Lego minifigures on Saturday because that was so well received last week when I did my Mandalorian minifigure. So I got some minifigures to give out. That's going to be super fun as well, just for fun, right? Totally. So that's all coming up on Saturday. But today we will give you a drop head today to get into my reward program. Now, I also wanted to mention too, is that I do have another drop head program, and it's for OMI. Now, I have winners from my previous OMI rewards, but it's been put on pause just for a second. I still have lots of OMI to give out, 100%. It's not that. It's the gas fees are so incredibly immense right now that I can't actually transfer over the OMI to the rewards to the reward winners quite yet. So I'm just putting that on hold for a bit. But the only thing about it is good to know is that when I actually bring it back, once gas fees calm down a little bit, I will still give out the exact same amount I gave out before. I'll just do like triple rewards or double rewards that week. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be really good. So Omi, holders of my drop heads who like to win Omi, and the ones who've already won, I've already messaged them. You will get your Omi, obviously, for sure. And I'm going to come back with like massive rewards on that when I'm able to. I keep watching it every day, but it's very difficult right now with those gas fees. They're just insane. And it's all due to Bitcoin and all sorts of stuff and meme coins and all sorts of crazy stuff going on. It's too complicated, but it's really high right now. You guys can give me your thoughts about that as well. So that's going to actually happen as well. Now, here is my earning points. All right, so let's get to the chat really quickly. Say hi to everybody. Then I'm going to go through and earn my points, and then we'll keep our eyes on what's going on with Veve. That's for sure. Like to see if there's any actual announcements about stuff that could be coming out because, like I said, with that Return of the Jedi, that announcement, that this, with the Rancor and Jabba the Hutt and Admiral Akbar, I mean, that's a week from now, apparently. So we'll see what happens for sure, right? So, but let's check it out right here. Bob Sales, how you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for coming to the live stream today for sure. I really appreciate it. Nice short video you did as well. Very good. Everybody, make sure you're checking him out for sure. Really good stuff. You worked really hard on that last one, so keep it going, you guys. Christopher's in the house. How you doing? Good to see you. Smarty Pants is here. I love it. What rank are you guys? We're going to get into the points right here. I'm going to add them all up. You can see right here on my screen over here. I'm going to add them all up right here in front of you guys. So, Bill, how you doing? Good to see you today, too. Brandon's in the house. How you doing, Brandon? Good to see you. Delilah, good to see you, too. That Mando Mini's on its way. Let me know when you guys get it, right? Ronnie's in the house. How you doing, Ronnie, with the yo-yo-yos? That's Ronnie's trademark. I love it. Bones. Hey, Drop-Headed Fam and MC. Happy Thursday. Went for the comic on Veve Comic Gang. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to go for it today. I didn't go for it. I wanted to go for it. I missed it. And so I actually have to go into the market and see if I get a 3-digit on that one. I'll do that for sure. Hey, Nano, how you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for coming into the chat today. For sure. And I missed that. I missed the Twitter space last night. I was watching my Lakers lose, but I'm not worried, guys. We'll keep it going. But I can't wait to see your the Uncommon podcast that's coming out. It should be another good one for sure. Make sure you guys are following Hinano on Twitter and also on the channel so you can watch the vids. So good, all the stuff you guys are doing. I love it for sure, right? Thanks again, you guys. Christopher, you're pumped, and you don't know why. That's the way we always are over here. We're always pumped. It's great. Drew, how you doing, Drew? And good to see you today. Thanks for coming here. Verena, what happened to him? Yeah, so this is for Frank. He passed away suddenly on Saturday, and is a big shock. So I'm not exactly sure what or how, but yeah, he passed away suddenly on Saturday, unexpectedly. So his family put out a lot of I guess it was only like 2 days ago now. I think on Tuesday is when we found out. So yeah, big love to their family for sure. That's we don't know what happened but I think it was just a health thing. He just passed away. So you just never know. This is why every day you just got to live your life to the fullest, you guys. It's we'll miss him for sure. Mr. Tong Man, how you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for coming out. Nick, how you doing? Veve Monkey, how are things over there on your neck of the woods for sure? Hey, everyone, got my first Secret Rare comic today after 18 months on the app. Nicely done. Congratulations. I've only gotten one as well, so we're right there together. You caught me. You caught up to me now. Now we have to see who gets the second one, right? For sure. But congrats, man. That is awesome for sure. Shakester, how you doing? Good to see you today. Thanks for coming out. Another yo from DeJewel. There you go. Thanks for coming out today for sure. Brandon, did you sell your UF4 secret or did you hold it? Yeah, so I listed my Ultimate Fallout 4 at $1,350. My Miles Morales comic. I just put it in the market to see if anything would happen. And no, it's still there. I actually delisted it after a few hours. Sometimes I like to do that, just throw it up there just to see what would happen. Because if I did sell that comic, I would then go in and buy AF-15s like crazy. It's always my battle in my mind, like what to do, because the comic that I invest in on this app is AF-15. And of course, that Miles Morales Secret Rare is like legendary. It's incredible. And so, I picked it up at just about $1,000. And so, it's up to $1,350. So sometimes I'll I'll list it up for a minute or so if I see crazy deals that I'm looking for, and if it really specifically, it was Amazing Fantasy. We had some uncommons drop around 208 to 215, right? And so when that happens, something triggers inside me, or I need to go for them. So I listed it for a few hours, but I didn't put it I listed it. I'll drop it in for a few minutes and pull it out just to see what happens, But no, I still own it, and I'm pretty happy I still own it for sure. It's not one that I really want to get rid of. It's just there's the AF15s they're so magnetic for me. I just can't help myself, right? So, but I still own it. But thanks for asking, Brandon. Mr. Yam, how you doing? Currently Diamond 1. Can't wait for the Gauntlet. Have everything ready to go. Yeah, me too. I'm ready. I don't have the secret rare Eye of Agamotto, but I'm ready for the rest of the Gauntlet. We'll do some Gauntlet price predictions here too, you guys. For sure. I got some big thoughts on that one. Ace Rig, how you doing? What is your name, Mycollectables? It's Aaron. Double Aaron. There you go. Yeah, that's my name. Yeah, for sure. Mr. Yam scored a rare on today's drop, 909. Nicely done. I'll show you my rares as well, guys. I've been collecting them. I bought another one last night, like I said. Hinano is currently a Diamond 1. Nicely done. Wow. That's great, man. You're right up there for sure. Brandon, level 22, Diamond 3, 162 points per day. For sure. I want to stay at least over that 100 mark per day. I know some people are getting 600 a day, but if you bought one rare comic a day for a year, you'd be getting 700 700 points a day just on the rare comics alone, right? So that's why I'm picking them up at 7-8 gems if I can, but I have to like the cover too. I'm struggling with this, is buying a rare comic, just buying the worst ones we have, the ones that with the art I don't like, for example, and having that in my vault and then looking at it. I'm trying to find ones I actually want. And, I'm battling with that kind of struggle all the time. I guess I should just buy the cheapest you could possibly get. So, for sure. we got Alex in the chat. Alex, what's up, MC? Are our Lakers going to pull this off? Last night was rough. Yeah, man. Yeah, well, honestly, Alex, I didn't really expect them to win. I was hoping they would win that one. And actually, LeBron James, I was talking to people in the Twitter space, had never lost that game in his career. Game 5, when he's up 3-1, I think he was 27-0 or something like that. Some nut stats, some crazy stats. So yeah, Alex, our Lakers, I think we'll be all right for sure. I think we'll be just fine. So we'll see what happens. But thanks for being here, Alex. Hopefully you get a chance to pop on by sometime soon and we can talk more about it. And I'm really sorry about the passing of Frank as well. I know that I saw your tweet about it, and that's really tough to have to report that. And our best wishes are with the family. Hopefully you guys have had a chance to talk with them, the family, and send your wishes as well. And thanks for bringing him to the community, because I didn't know about Frank until Veve, and it's I feel like more blessed to have known him and found out about him and learned from him in the spaces. So I really appreciate that you guys brought him into my world. I found him through you guys. So thanks so much for sure. Right. Mr. Yam, I'm in the sad club. I know you'll win something. Don't worry. That's what's happening on Monday. I think it's Monday. The sad club's reopening. So stay tuned on that for sure. Roman, how you doing? Good to see you today for sure. Manu, how you doing? Your Mando's on the way. I want you to have some fun with that one. It's going to be a good one. Thanks for coming. For sure, into the live stream today. Good to see you again. Do you think 300 gems should be enough for the Gauntlet? I think so. I think it probably, yeah, I think so. I mean, I was thinking the Gauntlet itself initially is going to go for quite high. I know there's some people out there who don't think it's going to sell out or anything like that, but no, I think it's going to sell out in a heartbeat. If it doesn't, I'm going to be happy, because then I'll be able to get one, because I'm really worried I won't be able to get a Gauntlet on the drop. I'm really quite concerned about that, and because, so I don't have 300 gems right now loaded for the Gauntlet. I actually have about 60 gems right now. And, but I will load them up a bit more if I need to. I'm not worried about that at all. I will be getting that Gauntlet on Saturday. I will. It's mine. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. Like Thanos himself. He's coming. I don't know. I think you'll be fine with 300. I really do. I said at one point a few days ago, like I thought maybe it would go to 350. And if that could happen like right away, because if you landed on the drop, people are going to flip it who don't want the gauntlet. But people who didn't get it on the drop are going to buy it and hold it because we want the gauntlet. And at least there's 3,800 of us at least, right? So you'd think because of the ether. So I don't know. It's going to be quite fun. We're going to be covering it big time. And I will put out, I think I'm going to put my thoughts together on that and just, search the community. And you guys put your predictions for the gauntlets in the chat right now, too. I want to know what you guys think it's going to go for in the aftermarket. This is the unempowered one, the one we were going to get on the drop. Let us know in the chat, and we can all kind of figure this out together, what we need to do. MJ Games, how you doing? Thanks for the content, the live streams. Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Thanks for coming out. Always great to see you here for sure. I really appreciate it. Christopher's level 25. Nicely done. You're just ahead of me. I got to catch up to you. Blinky Blink is 33. I got some work to do to catch you for sure. I'm 22. So, we'll see where we get to for sure. Ace Rig is 50. 50. Nicely done. Rising up. There we go. I love it. I love it. Omar, how you doing? Good to see you. Look, it's Kobe Collects. How's it going, Kobe? Good to see you today. Thanks for popping out. And also, we got Sleeping Comics. How you doing, Sleeping? Good to see you today. How are you preparing for MCP? I'd like to know what your rank is, actually, if you don't mind. OG Vault is here. Amazing. Thanks for coming as well, man. I appreciate you too. It's going to be a crazy drop stream on Saturday. I'll be watching yours, and then I'll be doing one after, because I'm going to be going mental. But I'll be over on Vault's live stream watching to see what happens with that gauntlet, trying to get all the tips and tricks. I screwed up on the last drop because I had the button in the wrong place, so I have to make sure I get all the tips for sure. But thanks, man. I appreciate you coming out. Red Hot Snacks, how you doing? Man, good to see your live stream today. Yeah, thanks so much, man. Good to see you too. I appreciate it. Hoss is here. How you doing? Good to see you. Ronnie, I want Spider Ham so badly. I know. I want Spider Ham as well. OG Vault, you're switched over to a Laker fan. You were saying Warriors in 6. I remember that. You've come to the dark side. I love it. Or the light side, let's say. Ronnie, I'd love if they dropped the Spider-Boy NFT to promote the character. Yeah, man. Spider-Boy. I got 2 of those comics, by the way. Stay tuned on the channel because I will be giving one of those comics away eventually, a Spider-Boy. I'm just deciding what is the right time. But I picked up a couple of those, at my LCS. So, we'll see how it goes. Enoch, how you doing? Good to see you today for sure. Passionac, MC's the greatest. Smash like, thank you, man. I'm not the greatest. I'm just a dude talking comics. But thank you. I really appreciate that for sure. Gary, and by the way, are you a Bruins fan? Because man, that must have been tough. This play, if you're a hockey fan, I can tell you are, obviously. That must have been tough for you, man. How you feeling after that one? I hope you're feeling bad because I hate the Bruins. I'm sorry, dude. I'm just kidding. But they smashed my Canucks all those years ago, and I will not forget. I will never forget, okay? For sure. And I got to tell you, seeing them crying after they lost was like sweet, sweet beauty for me, especially because it's Florida. And, Roberto Luongo, the goalie from Florida and from Vancouver, he must have been smoking a cigar that day. If you guys know hockey at all, which I'm sure a lot of you do and a lot of you don't, but he must have been smoking a cigar after his Florida Panthers knocked out the #1 team in the league in the first round. It's crazy. So, I'm just sorry, man. I'm just going at you. I'm just going. It's good fun. I'm a Canucks fan. What can I tell you? I love sports. We can do this to each other and have some fun, right? Gary, I'm getting about 1,369 points a day. Is that any good? No, man, that's terrible, man. That's weak. You got to step up your game. Step your game up, Gary. What are you doing? That is huge. Are you kidding me? That is unbelievable. Congrats, man. I think you're doing just fine right there. Kobe, LeBron's teams have never gone to a game 7 after going up 3-1. Game 6 at home is ours. Lakers champions. It's a scary thing, though. Count those Warriors out. I'm pretty confident for sure that they'll win. I mean, the Warriors have to have 3 really great games to beat LeBron. And, anything could happen for sure. So I'm just watching. I'm enjoying it. This might be the last time they meet in the playoffs like this, Steph and LeBron. So I'm just enjoying every minute of it. Of course, wanting the Lakers to go beyond for sure. And I think they will, but you never know. It's tough. I was thinking Boston is going to be the final too, but like Philly is like kicking them in the pants right now. There's a lot. If you watch, I've been doing So Rare NBA basketball as well, and it's been really keeping me engaged even more than normal. And I'm a basketball psycho, so I'm engaged. Like I'm 1000% in the playoffs right now. But playing that So Rare NBA, if you follow like my channel, I've been making a couple videos here and there. It's been really fun, right? So Vault thinks the Celtics are finished. Oh, they're not done yet. It's only 3-2. But yeah, man, they might break that team up. Tatum and Brown, they might go separate directions because they're both going to have to be paid a ton of money, and they both haven't won anything yet. So I don't know, man. I was thinking they're going to be in the finals, but we'll see, right? Ronnie, excuse me. You want Invincible too. That would be great. That would be absolutely great. Daima, I typed the wrong year, 1969, but it's released 1968. Well, it's close. It's close. You got you're close, right there. It's close enough, Woody, how you doing? Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Wildfires affecting you. Stay safe up there. No, not yet. We're doing okay up here on the West Coast of Canada. Anyone who's experiencing that, I know our friends over in Alberta are having some trouble with that big time. So that's the province beside us, on the other side of the Rocky Mountains. They're over in a little more centralized. And I know they're having some problems. Anybody who's experiencing that, sending big love to you, and stay safe for sure. Blip, how you doing? Diamond to 280. Alex, you can come on today. Are you kidding me? We'd love to have you on here. We can talk Lakers. Let's go. I just saw that. Sorry if I just missed that. I didn't mean to miss you right there, but that would be fantastic. We love to talk Lakers. Anytime Alex would come on, that would be great. And I won't block you like Pirates. Oh, that'd be super fun. Ace Rig Move. How you doing? Okay, guys, I'm going to bed. It's late in Malaysia. Oh, man, thanks for coming out. I really appreciate you. FY, I just raised a ticket to Veve where my credit card were compromised twice since Veve app established. Okay, so, well, hopefully they'll respond to you right there. And check it out, you guys. We got the massive super Laker fan straight from the game. It's Alex. How you doing, Alex?
Hey, how are you?
Good, man.
I wasn't at the game. It was in San Francisco, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but that's close for you. You could have driven up there, couldn't you?
I mean, well, Crypto.com almost called it Staples. Crypto.com arena is literally 10 minutes from me, so I'm not going to go anywhere else.
You live that close to the stadium, to the Lakers stadium?
Yeah, I'm right in the middle of LA. So Dodger Stadium, Crypto.com, SoFi, they're all within 15, 20 minutes.
No way. Yeah, I remember before you've been saying you've gone on to you see, I'm going to the Dodgers game today, or even to football and stuff. So do you hit all the sports? Or are you
Yeah, I'm a big sports guy. So all LA teams, so Lakers, Dodgers, Kings, Rams.
Kings?
Not Kings.
The LA Kings? You like LA Kings? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, they got a
couple of cups
fairly early from Edmonton, but it was fun to watch while it lasted.
Well, the Kings and the Canucks are very similar in their age group and their time period, and they finally broke through and won their cup. So we're waiting up here, but yeah, thanks for coming on, man. And like I said, sorry. I started off this live stream just about Frank. Your tweet was the first that I saw, and I know it's been a couple days now, and it's just such a loss. And I shared some memories with. Yeah. I didn't know him very well, but how are you feeling?
It's a weird one to process. We have an open dialogue with Frank. We had been talking with him. In fact, we had some more of his work in development. and thinking we had just done Designer Con, and he spoke on the panel with us, and we released his limited edition T-shirt, and so he was really excited about the prospect of what he'd been talking about for ages, which is kind of world building, continuing to world build with the Labbits and the Labbiters, and we're going to do another character in that kind of Labbiter line. And then aside from the fact that we're also pretty tight with Jermaine Rogers, and Jermaine Rogers is was very close to Frank. He was like a mentor of his early on. So I reached out to Jermaine and just extended my condolences, and he was going through it too. So a big loss for the art and toy world, rock and roll for that matter. I think everybody's just still kind of processing it. As I saw Designer Con's post about it as well. But we're trying to figure out how or if we proceed with the work that we had pending. I know David was obviously a big fan, and that's why Frank was on the platform in the first place. So got to figure out like how we proceed and get in touch with his family, but give them time to process, be very respectful. We're not going to try to talk business right away. I mean, it's still too raw. So I mean, our thoughts go out to his family, obviously, first and foremost. But a big loss. I'm glad people got to meet him at DCon, who went anyway. So he was very generous with his time. He was signing a lot and taking photos and things like that. So it's one of those things, man. It's not pretty sad.
Yeah, definitely. I was looking at the beginning when I opened up the live stream of all of the different media outlets and stuff that have covered his passing, and the wide reachingness of like his work and his impact is further than probably most people in Veve even realize, including myself. Just the giant coverage. I mean, it just goes to show like how many people were a fan of his and how like far he reached in his career with his music and the posters and the art. And I even said at the beginning, the one thing I got from him by watching that panel, at DCon, because I was right there, down below watching you guys up there. And I could tell that more than most, he could see the vision of like what's going on here with digital collecting and virtual worlds. And do you get that sense from him as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he had said that, he was a mainstay in, early days of, pre-Twitter Spaces. There was Clubhouse, the Clubhouse app, and we would spend a lot of time in there, the artists and people from Veve community and things. And he definitely saw the potential very early on, and said several times that the whole space, the NFT space, digital collectibles, metaverse, etc., was a new lease on life for him. Like he was kind of ready to just do a retrospective book and call it a career, but he found a whole new trajectory in life in Web3 essentially, and started doing. It re-inspired him to do more work, and it's a bummer because who knows what worlds he could have built.
Yeah. Well, he's laid the foundation for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's going to be a big thing. Well, no, I'm sorry, I asked you about it, but I saw your tweet was my first. And he came into his Twitter space. It was so cool. I was coming back from DCon. I don't know if you heard this story, but I was coming back and I was traveling. And after something like that, then suddenly to be all by yourself for hours on end was kind of nice. But then at the same time is also, you miss everybody because you come off of such a high, right? So I'm traveling back and I'm taking I had to take like a cab and then a bus and then a plane and then a boat. Like I had to do the whole like Steve Martin, John Candy routine to get home, And, but anyway, I was on a ferry and I was coming across over like, closer to home, and Village from Spaces and all that. He had a little space open and I joined it just to say hi. And then he like changed the title. He was like, oh, MC guiding him home and that kind of thing. Right. And then Frank like just joined out of the blue. Like it was like it was a Monday night, and we just sat there. We got to listen to him tell stories for 2 hours. It was incredible. He just hung out, and that was my big kind of like, I actually talked. That was the only time I really talked to him. Right. So like as an actual like face, like, person to person, it was so cool.
Yeah.
forget that. That was really neat. And he didn't do it for any other reason than he just wanted to keep continually to connect with the community as well, and shows what kind of guy he is. So
yeah, definitely had stories, man. He loved to just kind of talk about his vision and talk about his past and his kind of world building. Yeah, but definitely interesting dude. He will certainly be missed.
Yeah, for sure. Now, you're a Laker fan. Can you give me 2 seconds about what you think is going to happen on Game 6? We can talk about this, family. It's my live stream. We're talking about the Lakers.
Look, I don't know what it is. It doesn't matter who's on the team or whatever the case is, but Lakers have this thing where they just come out of halftime flat. And the third quarter has been plaguing them for years. No matter who's on the team, pre-LeBron even. And I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I notice it or that I've been watching them for so long, but they just came out flat. They kind of started, their defense was shaky coming out of the game last night. I thought they would have come out with a little more of a killer instinct, knowing they had to get the job done because you don't want to let Golden State back in the series. It's a fool's errand. Steph is an assassin. He's too good. It's absolutely brutal watching him, and it's fantastic watching you. You're witnessing greatness, but it also he's maddening. The shots he hits.
I know.
But yeah, they have to. I don't know what it was. They were just out of sync, and they came out from the halftime even worse. And it just, I don't know what it is. I don't know what the deal is. Maybe it needs a better, pep talk from LeBron before the game or something. I don't know what it is, but I think Darvin Ham needs to be a little more aggressive. I think in his lineups. I know they tried the Lonnie Walker experiment again last night. It didn't work out this time, but I don't know. They just have AD. Oh, and then that's another thing. AD left the game in a wheelchair or something, so he may be concussed. So we may be screwed.
Yeah, he said. I think they said that he doesn't have one. He's doing well. They just wheelchaired him just to be cautious, But then everyone was laughing.
I didn't see the news this morning.
They said that he's not concussed, so he should be fine. And he took a shot to the head, and people are like, "Well, it wasn't much of a shot." But if you ever taken an elbow to the head from a guy that size, going for the basket, it's and it was inadvertent too, right? You could just tell. But yeah, he should be good. I think he should be good. So I'm excited about Game 6. Are you gonna go?
No, I can't. That's too pricey for me, man. The Laker games are expensive. They're the most expensive ticket in town. I can get to a ball game for $40, $50. I can get to. I'm a Rams season ticket holder, so those over the course of the season are fairly reasonable, and they're once a week. But once you start getting into Lakers playoffs games, it's just way too pricey. They're $300-$400 a ticket. I just can't swing that.
Can't you just say, "Hey, David, you're a celebrity. Get a front in the front row." David, you're right down.
You would not take me. I can tell you that. I'm just gonna hold all the collectibles he's storing in my garage hostage until he, takes me either to Club 33 or courtside.
Probably wouldn't even notice if you little. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I told him, I said, I'm running out of room here, man. I need to store my own stuff in my garage. I need you to start looking at storage space.
Yeah, no doubt. I know. See, that's why I'm going digital. Okay, Alex, that's why I'm in.
I know. That's the same thing with me. Although I've been buying physical collectibles again because 3D Retro, the store that we had from the creators of Decon and the people that hosted our Decon kickoff party last time, the kind of summer shindig.
Yeah.
They are moving, so they're having these parking lot sales and kind of liquidating the inventory so they can move to Vegas.
Yeah.
And they've been having some really good deals. So I went last weekend, and because I'm a Vincent's holder as well, just kind of to see what they were doing with that membership program. I got another 15% off. So I bought some Bear bricks, I brought some Funko, some other collectibles, and now my wife's totally into the stuff, so she's been picking out things too, and she wanted a particular 1,000% beer brick, so we got one of those. We got another one of those. Nice. So we're running out of space, man. We're supposed to be digital collectors.
You got to be careful. You got to be careful.
Such as the what Veve has done to us, all of us. I think. But I particularly wanted to, if you don't mind me derailing your show here, we just put out a crafting tutorial video for the Infinity Gauntlet.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So check it out on the Twitter. It's on YouTube. It's a nice breakdown from Corey again. There are just a couple of clarifications that I think we just wanted to make just based on questions that we've gotten over the course of the last week. Obviously, you know, last weekend with the soulstone crafting didn't go according to plan, but we got it figured out, and hopefully that it'll be good to go for this weekend. But the points of clarification are as such. There's going to be 2 gauntlets in the store on Saturday. There's going to be the empty gauntlet, and then the gauntlet you see here, the fully empowered gauntlet. Okay. Now, the fully empowered gauntlet with the animation sound secret rare, that is going to be the craftable. And then the empty gauntlet is going to be just a standard drop. So you buy it on the drop. Sure. In order to craft the fully empowered gauntlet with the stones, you need to, the recipe is the empty gauntlet, the soul stone, and the 5 infinity stone artifacts.
Yeah.
Right. And then that'll let you craft the bejeweled. The bejeweled.
The empowered.
The empowered.
I love that, bejeweled. Yeah, it is bejeweled.
Yeah,
technically.
But okay, that's a bit of a distinction, because I think people thought that they would have 2 gauntlets at some point or something like that, but no, you have to burn the empty gauntlet into the secret rare empowered gauntlet, and so in addition to all the stones.
So all we do in the store on Saturday is we just go for it's just going to be like the unempowered one as a standard drop, right? And then
correct, standard drop.
You'll see the other one in the store too.
You will, but I set it for 5 minutes later so people don't get confused. Okay. But I mean, you'll see it in the store, but it'll say like 8:05 as opposed to 8:05. Yeah.
And then you don't have to do anything with that, or do you click on that? I know we.
Well, you only click on the fully empowered gauntlet, the secret rare, if you have the materials to craft it.
Oh, okay, cool. That's easy. So if you have all the stuff, that's how you go and craft it. Is you click on it through the store, like after you get the gauntlet, the regular gauntlet. Yeah. Okay, well that's pretty easy. That's going to be cool. So how do you feel like? So last weekend, I mean, that was something else. Oh my God. So like my story, we all have stories behind it. Saturday, of course, my family's like, oh, make us a breakfast, because on the weekend, sometimes I'll make a nice bacon breakfast for the family. And we're like, no, I'm getting the soul stone today. I'm not doing it today. And they're like, okay, no problem. No worries. Because they're obviously supporting all this. And my son's doing it too. So, obviously it didn't work. And then you guys, said, okay, Sunday. And then on Sunday, I was going to the Guardians movie, right? Which was incredible, which is amazing. Yeah. And so I was like, it was 11:30. So I'm like, okay, so like I tried all morning. Sometimes you got to put the time in. We're in the space, you got to, I was here for the golden moments, you gotta hit that button. So I just did it for like 2 or 3 hours. And then of course I managed to get to right before I walked into the theater. Like I was in the parking lot. So I'm glad that now I could have bought one in the store, in the market anyway. But yeah, like what happened there? Was it like just load management? Like, was it just,
Yeah, from what I understand, obviously, I was more involved from a like, are we good to go yet kind of standpoint, like feverishly messaging the tech team, like, what's happening? I need to give an update. But no, I think it was just they were seeing some heavy load performance issues based just in congestion, essentially. Because, even though it's a crafting, there was no real race to get it done. But of course, everybody wanted to do it right at the time. Should have anticipated that, obviously, but that wasn't the case. And so it just basically choked up the system. They identified the issue on Sunday, obviously, after some time there. But you'll notice, like, right after they fixed it, it was very smooth. But it's just
it went quick. Like I suddenly got, like, after not doing anything for the whole time, and then suddenly went bang, bang, 2 in a row. Like it just opened up. So was it just a matter of plugging in more servers or something? Or like, because I joke around on the channel all the time, right? I'm like, get more servers, No, I'm just bugging you.
No, I think it was just a patch. It was just the way the load management was distributed again. I don't know. I actually don't know. I shouldn't speak out of turn, but I know it was just they told me what they told me.
Yeah,
but
this one's going to go I mean, there's no time commitment to this one. There's no limitation There's no like, because the thing about the Soulstone, there's only so many in the store, and there was this worry that you weren't gonna get one because but now we see that there's still more to get. But there was a limit. But this one, the Gauntlet, it's just whoever has it can do it. So there's no.
I think I'll put out another tally on how many Soulstones have been crafted, because the metadata isn't updating as quickly as I would like, and I'm sure not most of the community would like. But I'll do another kind of recap on how many stones have been crafted, Soulstones have been crafted, and maybe another top 10 of what was burned to get them. But for this one, obviously, there was no real race for the Soulstone outside of the fact of what you mentioned, that there was a 20,000 limit on the fully empowered Gauntlet. There's obviously a finite number based on the lowest rarity or the lowest edition size of the Infinity Stone artifacts, which I think is the Ether.
The Ether, I think, is the lowest at, I think, about 3,800 or so. So those could all disappear, Alex. Every single one.
They could all be gone. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility outside of the ones we withheld, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, here's a quick question for you, and this is one I was going to ask you as well. Is there a last day to craft the Soulstone?
I don't believe so. I think maybe we may cut it at the deadline for the Thanos airdrops, which is what, June 10th, we said?
June 10th,
So we may, I don't think we've documented that, but we should probably do so. So I'll verify on that. But I think you still have like until at least the full crafting event is done. I mean, after don't get me wrong, after the Thanos deadline, you can still craft the Gauntlet if you want. You just won't get the airdrop.
You just won't get the airdrop. Well, that's interesting. Right. Yeah. So maybe you can just keep doing the Soulstone. I mean, it's up to you guys, and just forever until it's all gone. Like,
maybe that's what I'm saying. I think that if we can keep crafting the Gauntlet, then there's probably no need to stop the Soulstone.
Stop the event.
I don't know. I'll verify that.
It would be cool. I mean, just for me, it would be cool that there would be a cutoff, because like then there's no more gauntlets, and then it is what it is, and it doesn't change too. That might be cool, but you guys obviously will decide, right? But that's a good question, because people didn't really quite know about if there was that kind of thing. Here's just one last one too. Anyone know empty gauntlet mint will be passed on to the secret rare?
No.
It'll
be a different, because it's a different collectible altogether. The mint number will not carry over. So, an unfortunate side decision you have to make is if you happen to land a low mint on the empty gauntlet to then craft it,
this is the one right here from Choke.
Can from the empty gauntlet. No, it's not.
It's not.
It is not retained.
Well, it would be on the because the empty gauntlet's gone. You could get a better mint number.
You could. That's the thing. It's what's like the side decision you have to make among yourselves is if you don't get attached to your low mint number if you do plan on crafting.
Yeah. Are you excited about this, Alex? This whole thing?
Oh man, this is. Look, I aside from being like a MCU nerd and it's the Gauntlet, it's Thanos, it's new functionality for us that I think will have far-reaching implications into how we operate drops and airdrops and collector rewards, etc. moving forward. Like, this is such a crucial piece of functionality for us in terms of mixing things up and not just dropping and then having to figure out with the licensors at some point and at the time of drop whether or not we're going to give an airdrop. Like, now we can go in and say, this is the functionality, this is how we're going to reward collectors, let's make sure we're labeling everything up front. We've already are having those discussions now that functionality is here, we can use case it. And I think at the risk of speaking out of turn here, I think we probably will stop seeing seeing airdrops in general, right? Because I think it's more efficient to be like craft these into and a reward for holding them. And is it a craft and burn, or is it just a craft without a burn, right? And so like you are opting into the airdrop or reward by nature of the fact that you hold specific collectibles, right?
Yeah.
And so if that functionality exists for everyone up front, then we can better plan with specific licensors who need to have that kind of outlined up front into how we parlay that across multiple series, multiple collections under a specific umbrella. You know, are we starting to look at things like a season pass, you know, or whatever the case is? Like, we're really looking into how we are making the crafting and burning mechanic itself, either just crafting or crafting and burning, part of the ongoing experience.
Yeah, exactly. And could this, because you know me, right, with my comic books, there's potential of this going over to the comic book side of things. I would hope.
There are. Yeah, it is absolutely. Yeah,
because I know that was kind of about, you know, having tons of comics and maybe be able to burn them or whatever.
Yeah, that in fact that was part of the original idea behind the crafting and burning mechanic, is that, or the earliest example that, like, David, you gave in what was that, Decon London, talked about burning comics for people who have been stacking comics and maybe get their way into a secret rare or get their way into another exclusive cover or whatever the case is. But yeah, I think burning has always been important for us as we kind of start to offer ways to kind of level out how the fluctuation of, you know, edition sizes across, you know, the bull and bear market. And so it'll be an opt-in. It'll be more of an opt-in user or a collector opt-in than it will be David deciding edition numbers, you know, based on current market conditions. Because there's always going to be that ability for us to reduce circulating supply and make things more collectible based on what people want to craft their way into. So I think it's good. I think it's awesome. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and there's going to be implications eventually for, you know, MCP and some real rare pieces, you know, moving forward.
Yeah, no doubt, for sure. And have you seen like a big uptick in engagement, do you think, because of this? Like, you guys are monitoring the whole thing.
Right? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we definitely have seen
the app. Like, have you seen, like, you know, are you still like obviously processing? But
I mean, absolutely. I mean,
we've seen news, right?
Yeah, we've seen an uptick in new wallets. We've seen, you know, there's a couple of things going on there. Obviously, there's some maybe some renewed interest based on this crafting and burning event. But there's also, you know, we've been slowly and methodically experimenting with digital marketing in the background, like testing and kind of getting data mining, not data mining, that's not the right word, like fact finding, essentially due diligence, and who and where the audiences are, but testing different creative and very, very small targeted niches just to see what reacts. And then we're going to start kind of expanding the effort to bring more people onto the platform. And that, you know, so what I've been working on is a lot of that infrastructure and working with the new people on the team that are handling acquisition and retention. So like onboarding a new CRM, getting the email platform up and running. So that's finally going. I think people have noticed they're starting to get marketing emails again. All of that stuff are things that are happening in the background to, you know, in addition to what they are talking about moving KYC further down the user journey to really kind of make it easier for people to onboard into the app. That's that's generally what we're planning towards.
Yeah, for sure. And are you guys thinking about going to, you know, like San Diego Comic-Con and stuff like that coming up? I know you've mentioned that you guys are talking, and I know that obviously you haven't announced anything, but you guys are it's still on the radar potentially.
Yes,
I had a chance to maybe go, actually, and I can't.
Are you going to go?
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't be able to. We're going to be going to Disneyland in August, so I don't really think I could do. You know, just kind family
of like a month apart. So
less than, it's going to be only a few weeks. So I don't think I could personally go, even though there's never a closed door if you guys are there. And I did have a chance to actually possibly go with a ticket. Someone in the community was very generous and asked me if I, you know, because they had an extra one type thing. And, you know, so I was, oh my God, right? Like, I've never been to it. So
wait, you've never been to Comic-Con?
I've never been to San Diego Comic-Con. No,
wow.
No, man. I've been to like other big conventions, but I've never been to that one or like the New York one, like at that magnitude, the scale and scope. So
the San Diego one is nuts, and I spent a good portion of my life in San Diego, so I've been going to these things for ages. When I worked in radio, we would just get free tickets. Before it was like you had to sign up months in advance. It would just say like, hey, there's a bunch of extra tickets, so we would just go and we'd go for, and that's when there was still a bunch of artists on the floor and like more kind of like kung fu vendors, and it would come kung fu night and stuff like that. And so that's what we would go for. And now it's become like a total spectacle, with the Hall H, with Marvel, and all these things. But we hopefully we'll have something to announce on that in the coming weeks. We're just kind of still in discussions about how that's going to work this time. But hopefully, fingers crossed, it works out.
That would be super exciting. And here's the last question for you, Alex. Did someone burn a secret rare Miles for the Soul Stone? Did you see that?
I mean, that's the rumor, right? In fact,
I don't think it was a mistake either.
I mean, that's so unfortunate. I mean, I think you've been on the stream since this video came out from Corey, but he made it a point to make it very clear that it's like this. Please check your work before you burn anything. But let me see, Miles Morales here.
That's the report going around that people brought up the
is it
data
animated? Miles Morales animated, right? Is the
rare. Yeah. Apparently burned for a Soul Stone, I think yesterday or the day before. I think it was yesterday morning it was started to hit Twitter. And and I think they were like, you don't have to actually burn something you love. Like
one was burnt.
That's dedication. You guys should find out who that person is and ask them why.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe it was intentional. Maybe that person has.
I don't think it was a mistake. I don't think.
I mean, you kind of have to really try to select the one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Even if it's,
but just
even
if it's everybody watching,
Alex, it's still crazy.
Please double check. Just double check that you're not burning anything you don't want to, or if you have multiple of. Secret rare Eye of Agamotto, for instance, do the higher mint, or whatever the case. Not financial advice, but
for sure.
Just be careful.
This is
all right.
And, one last thing, because this is still going around, and I know you know the answer to this, but if you can add stones one at a time, you just have the artifacts. The only freestanding stone is the Soul Stone. That's correct, right, Alex? Because there's still some people who are still curious about this.
Let me make sure I understand this. You can add the stones one at a time, and that will show in your vault. Think if you never get any, oh no, it's an all or nothing.
Yeah,
like you either craft the whole thing or you don't. You can't like add a stone at a time. No, I'm sorry.
And the only stone that's actually a stone is the Soul Stone, and that one you can have. The rest of them are inside their artifacts. Once you craft them over, those artifacts are gone, and you don't get a. You get a fully empowered gauntlet. So, there's still good questions about that for sure, right? So,
and I definitely want to make sure that we answer all of those either in the comments on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, here, etc. So, but I just wanted to come on, let people know that video is there. So please watch the video. It's linked there at the full tutorial. And
right on screen. I got it right on screen here for everybody. It's tweeted out. So, I think this is it, right? This is the full tutorial of the snap. Yeah. And no, I mean, thanks, Alex. And I really appreciate you coming on and clarifying that stuff. And that's great. And I'm super stoked about this. It's going to be really fun. And I can't wait to see like what you guys are going to do with this whole mechanic and everything. And obviously, last weekend's, Soul Stone debacle. I mean, that's learning, right? It's the space.
It is. So, I know. I wish it wasn't the case, obviously, because it's never a good look when something crashes out of the gate. But
still,
to the point I made earlier, it's actually the larger implications are much more positive than a little blip coming out of the gate. So,
for sure.
Very excited about it. I hope everybody else is as well. There'll be more events like this, but then also crafting will be. We'll start to implement ways to do that ongoing that are not time sensitive, etc.
Yeah, exactly. All right, thanks, Alex. Unless there's any other big news you want to drop, any more?
I do. I have not quite yet. It's not quite ready, but I do have another drop announcement coming today. So stay close to your Twitter.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll be watching. And thanks, Alex. And once again, Alex, so sorry about Frank. I know you guys had that. Yeah, man. I think the community responded really well. The love is there. So big support. I know you guys might be talking to their families, so just send some love our way. I mean, I hope that they're okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Please keep them in your thoughts, and we'll try to reach out when we think it's appropriate. I think right now we just want to give them their time and privacy to process, and then hopefully we can figure out something down the road on how to continue the legacy if it makes sense at the request or respect of the family's wishes.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure. All right. Take care. Okay. Good. Go Lakers.
Go Lakers. Let's go. All right.
Thanks,
Talk
Alex.
to you guys later. Bye.
Bye. Oh, well, that's amazing that Alex came on. And so what he came on for, just to clarify too, we talked about some really cool stuff. Thank you so much, Alex, for coming on and clarifying some stuff. And also just announcing the video to go watch on the full tutorial of how to do the Infinity Gauntlet. I have it pretty much locked down in my mind about how to do it, but I'm going to watch this for sure, just to make sure I have everything, ready to go. And I know you guys had some questions too, right? So right here, Brandon, is June 10th cutoff for crafting or just cutoff for the Thanos airdrop? That's apparently at this moment, the cutoff for the Thanos airdrop. Apparently, Alex just said that they're looking at it, but there's nothing saying that you can't craft the gauntlet after the 10th. You just won't get Thanos then. You know what I mean? Same with the Soul Stone. So they're going to look at that though. They might, just stay tuned because they might actually decide to end that event. And I actually think they should end the event. I think that would be better because then there's no more gauntlets showing up after the fact. I think they should just cut it off, but that's up to Veve, right? So we'll see what they say about that. But apparently right now, the way it stands right now is that you could craft a gauntlet. You could craft it after like on June the 12th and you would still get the gauntlet. You just wouldn't get the airdrop for Thanos because that is a timed thing for 10, right? So yeah, Super Rush, Alex is the man. It's so cool that he came in here for sure. Andrew, crafting miles for the Soul Stone must have been a mistake, surely. Maybe, but if you're crafting any of the Miles Moraleses at all, it's not like there's a cheap one, So I don't know if that was a mistake. Maybe the person owns a few and they wanted to diminish the supply. Like, I don't know. It's really quite interesting, right? So Village, there he is. And I was talking about you with that space that we shared that you hosted that day with Frank. That was really special. And thanks for doing that. You had that space open and you guys were like, helping me get home. It was super fun. And then Frank came and that was quite legendary. So there you are, Village, for sure. And if you guys aren't following Village on Twitter, make sure you do, because the Twitter spaces are always amazing at Village hosts right here, And I know you don't want a lot of credit, Village, but you're going to get it, my friend. You're going to get your flowers. And make sure that those tip functions are turned on so we can tip you on, because you do a lot of work with those spaces. And they're like home to us, right? So legendary leads, go Bulls! Yeah, in 2024. I like the Bulls, but yeah, they're out, man. Go Golden State. There you go, Phil. Yeah, well, it's good fun, right? For sure. Corey's in the house. There he is. How you doing, Corey from Veve? And thanks again. In case you guys didn't watch my interview with Corey from like a week or so ago, go back and watch it. I mean, Corey told us all about everything he's doing over there and how much work he puts in. And yeah, here's the video. So we'll definitely watch this video. There's the link right there to the video. So to do the tutorial and how to do it, make sure you check that out because ahead of Saturday. And thanks, Corey, again, for all the hard work you're doing over there. Just amazing stuff, man. And it was so cool to talk to you that day and have that cool interview. And of course, we'll talk again in person, and the next event or something like that for sure, right? So Sven, future utility for the Soul Stones. I've heard that probably not. I hope so. I mean, my guess is that we will have something with the Soul Stone one day. That's my guess. And so I'm keeping a spare in my, in my vault. I crafted a spare, and I'm just keeping it, like whatever. And I think if everybody should have at least one in their vault just to kind of like hold on to it, just to see what, what happens in a year from now, maybe with the end game, movie that's coming out in a year, like in terms of the anniversary of it, the date of it, just like the Infinity one that went with this gauntlet here. Maybe something happens, maybe not, but I'm keeping a soul stone. So, we'll see, right? 10-4. There you go. Jay Lockwood, my account was just disabled for whatever reason. Guess I won't be able to go for it. Well, that sucks. Lockwood, what I've done is I've reinstalled the app and changed my password, and that usually gets me back in. Otherwise, make sure you submit a ticket. Hopefully you're not locked out for long, my friend. That would suck. But I've just reinstalled the app on my phone and changed my password because I've been locked out once or twice as well. And then I just did that and it managed to get me back in, right? Even sometimes it just doesn't let me in on my mobile device with my password that's already existing and I have to change it regardless. So I've done that a couple times. So try that. Maybe that'll work for sure. Sven, future possibilities to burn Invisible Woman and Lenectra. Well, I mean, I can't answer that question, yes or no, but I mean, we have until they decide to cut off the Soul Stone crafting, which they might at some point. I think they should cut it off, like I said. But I mean, they could just keep the Soul Stone crafting forever. That could be kind of fun. But I think with the gauntlet, I think that should be cut off. But we'll see what happens right there for sure. Dima, how you doing? If you play on PC, get a big hard drive and record all sessions using OBS. Yeah, there you go. Okay, for gaming and stuff, I guess, right there. Molly, how you doing? Miles Byrne had to have been a bot account that got the market locked. The Miles Byrne had to have been a bot account that got the market locked. I don't know. I think I don't know who it was, but I think the tweets that went out it was a person. I don't know if it's a bot person, but I think it's a person that we recognize the name. And so I think it might be a real person, but we'll see for sure. Yeah, thank you to Village for sure. Roman, I stopped watching NBA after the legendary MJ left. Well, that's too bad, man. There's been lots of great basketball since then. Kobe, I mean, like he was fantastic. Vince Carter right after that too was unbelievable. Of course, we got LeBron the whole time going through. KD, everybody, Steph Curry. I mean, like Tim Duncan. I mean, like Shaq. I mean, we've had tons of great. Come back and watch, man. It's the greatest show. It's the greatest soap opera you'll ever see in your life. Constant, like always, drama and trades and teams. I mean, earlier this year in the NBA, I mean, Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving were playing on Brooklyn. And now, like the whole landscape of the NBA changed, like in that it happened. Like it's really a lot of fun. So hopefully you start watching it again because I loved MJ as well. But I keep it going. Lester, there we go. Go Veve. Go Dylan Brooks. Yeah, Dylan Brooks. Yeah. You might have to be cheering for him in China in the fall. He's not signed with any team. We'll see what happens. I hope they signs him. I don't think people should give him the hate that he got. But when you talk, you got to back it up. And if you don't go to the media when you talk in the media after a game and you talk it up and you brag and you talk trash and all that kind of stuff, if you don't show up to the media after you lose, you look bad. I'm sorry. You got to come out and say, hey, that was my game. I play tough. I talk a loud game. And you know what? Give credit to LeBron and the Lakers for beating us. We'll get better. That's all he had to say. And he just didn't even show. So, yeah, he's not coming back. They're not signing him. I hope he gets a contract, though. He's a good player, but we'll see what happens for sure. Putski, how you doing? 24 more. I have 25 soul stones so far. Definitely want a few more. Yeah, I have 2. And I was thinking about I might pick up a couple extra here and there. At some point after this thing, they're probably going to rise up above 8. But at some point, if they give us utility on the soul stone again one day, I mean, why are we only getting 1 stone sitting there? The soul stone. It's so connected to Gamora. Okay, it's so connected to the Black Widow. It's so connected to the Guardian Red Skull. If you watch the movies, so like it just, I mean, like they got to do something with them in the future. I mean, I don't know. I own 2, so it's not like I own a stack of them or something. But I'm keeping 1. Why not, right? Lester, I got a 139 soul stone to hodl. Nicely done. There you go. There we go. It's Corey. Be sure to toss crafting questions into that video so the team can answer them. Chat soon. Good luck, everybody. Yeah, so this is Corey. So with Veve right here. So he put the video together, as you know, if you're following. So he wants you to put some questions into the video on YouTube, and then they'll answer them and all that kind of stuff. So make sure you do that. Watch the video. If you have any questions, throw them in there, and then Corey will do the best. They'll do their best to answer it. Thanks so much for all your hard work, man. I appreciate that. It's a good, timely video. We'll definitely watch it after the live stream for sure, and we'll talk to you soon. Jay Lockwood, you'll try that. Yeah, you bet. Now News Marijuana. Quick, everyone go buy Darth Vader's TIE Fighter before the next burn. Is that what's happening? Yeah, I mean, I have the TIE Fighter. I minted one. Just one. You know, I'm just holding on to it because I love it, right? For sure. And the lightsabers. Oh, now we're speculating. I love it. Now we're speculating. Molly, MC, would you tell us if Anamoko approached you to FUD Veve? No. That would be a mistake if anyone ever approached me to do something stupid like that. And Anamoko, is that the company that I don't know that company? Is that the company that's kind of linked to Quid or something like that? I keep hearing things about that. I don't pay a lot of attention to that, to any of that stuff. You know, it's just like it's so lame. It's lame. Like I wouldn't participate in any of that kind of stuff. It's just so lame. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, seriously, if that was actually happening, it's just pathetic. You know, I just, you know, if that kind of stuff is happening, it's pathetic. And I hope it's not, but you know, I don't know. I just ignore all that stuff. It's just so stupid. Like, who would do that? Right? Like, okay, whatever. But yeah, no, the answer to your question is no. And if they did, they would not like the response that I would give them. I'll tell you that much. And that goes for any platform, not just for Veve. I don't do that kind of stuff. Alex, how you doing? What's your price prediction for the Gauntlet? Is it worth going for even if you don't have the gems? Yeah, that's a great question. I'm still gathering my thoughts on that. I think it's going to do really well initially. Like, I think it's going to be, I mean, I'm worried that you're not going to be able to get it on the drop and you're going to need to buy it in the aftermarket for a lot. I'm worried about it. You know, like I'm really worried about it because I only have 60 gems. And I was thinking it could reach up to 300 or something like that. Like, I'm not kidding you guys. I mean, I could be completely wrong. It could not sell out for all we know, but I don't know, man. I think that Gauntlet's gonna, I mean, a lot of people value the Gauntlet more than Thanos himself. You just got to be listening to the spaces. You guys tell me what you think. I think it could go upwards of 300. I think it could also not sell out. It's really, I know that's crazy, those two wide spectrums, but it's really tough to say. But I personally think it's going to sell out in a heartbeat. And I think it's going to do really well if you land one and you don't want to get the stones or don't want to do any of it and you just flip it. I think you're going to be able to sell it like pretty fast for like a good profit to people like me who, like, if I don't land one, I'm going to need it. Like, I've already got all, I got to go get it. So it's not going to not go. It's not going to not sell out. I mean, that's, to me, that seems ridiculous. People need it because they've got all these stones. I mean, the Eye of Agamotto price should tell everyone right there that this is going to sell out. I mean, any notion of it not selling out sounds ridiculous to me because, like, you know, if people are paying $400, you know, for an Eye of Agamotto secret rare, they're going to go after the Gauntlet. Like, what, like, you know what I mean? Or maybe they're just going to sell the secret rare or whatever. But so I think it's going to do really well. So I'll think about that a little bit more. I probably put a little vid together about it. But you know, your guess is as good as mine for sure. Gary, how you doing? Good to see you. Sven, MC, I cannot burn my items for the Gauntlet. I have all of them, but I do not want to toss away my sets. Diamond handing is killing me. Yeah, well, you're going to get sets. So like the Gauntlet's a set, like by itself. The Empowered Gauntlet is a set by itself. Thanos Philosopher is his own set, and also the Warrior Thanos, whatever, is also a set. So I know you do lose a couple sets, but you do gain some sets, so it's not quite the same. But yeah, I hear you. You do lose sets for sure. You do lose some. I mean, if you're getting if you're giving up 6 sets to get 3 sets, basically, that's kind of how it's working, right? So, you know, but it is what it is. That's the tough choice. Get a second one. Get a second one. You're good to go. Oh, it's tough though, man. It is tough. A Man of Honor. I just, you know, like, It's not even about that, Molly. It's just why would I waste my time? Like, I only have so much time on this earth. You know, what are they going to pay you? What are they going to pay you? $50 an NFT? Like, you know, like why? Like, it's just a waste of time. I can't even be bothered. I can't even like be bothered to talk down about another platform at all. Like, I just don't even talk about it. Like, not saying something is saying something, right? When you don't say something, that says a lot. You know what I mean by that? If I'm not talking about a certain platform or whatever, you know, then you know how I feel about it. Because I don't care, right? And that's the worst, you know? Not caring is the worst. It's like I always used to say, in coaching, if you're like an athlete and your coach, you know, you got coaches is just ignoring you, that's the worst thing that could happen. If the coach is on you and criticizing and pushing you and drive, you know, like, you know, people who do that with Veve, for example, and they push and drive and stuff like that, that shows they care, right? You know, it's the same thing in coaching, right? Once they forgot about you. So if there are platforms on this channel that I don't talk about and I don't FUD them, and you know, I'm not talking, it's because I don't care about those platforms yet. You know, so that me not saying stuff says enough. I wish more people would take that that attitude, but you know, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Haas, yeah, thanks. Yeah, no, it was great that Alex came. That was unplanned, and it's great. So guys, watch that video for sure. Now, I got to actually switch gears here because, you know, before Alex came, I was going to do my points right here. So I don't have a lot of time left here today to spend with you guys. And I'm glad that Alex came because that was fantastic. I'd much rather do that. But I got to quickly go through my points right here. Okay, so like if you guys want to bear with me while I do this, this is what my plan was today, was to do this because I got to see where I'm at. So let's go right here. So in my collection, okay, I'm going to start filling out this chart right here, right in front of you guys. Okay, so total collectibles that I got, and this might not sound like a lot, but I got 29 right there. Okay, so there's 29 there. Okay, boom. Let's see how many. Okay, let's go with. I'm looking at it on the side here. Okay, so let's go. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 rares. Okay. This is going to be kind of interesting to see. I got 6 rares. I'm going to calculate my points really quickly here. In terms of collectibles, I have, how many do I have for secret rares? I only have 1 at the moment, and that's Luke. Okay, so you guys are getting the full access into what I have right here in my account. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, 29 collectibles, you guys. I know it doesn't sound like a lot. That's because I have 33 amazing fantasies. That's why, guys. Oh, sorry, secret rare. So there's one right there. So this is sorry, ultra rares is what this is supposed to be. Ultra rares. Okay, so I got 1 secret rare. It's Luke. Luke. Okay, and then ultra rare. Okay, let's see here. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm counting on screen. 5, 6 ultra rares. So that's okay. Okay. There you go. I got 6 ultra rares. Okay, so my sets. Okay, let's just check out right here what I got. Let's go to my collection right here. My set points. Okay. And this is going to change because, you know, because of the whole, you know, Infinity Gauntlet thing. So, Ether 1, Bat Signal 1, Hulk, that's 3, Quantum Mania, that's 4. Okay, points. Okay, Golden Moments, that's 4. Okay, Soulstone, hold on, let me just back up 1 second right here. Okay, Golden Moments 2, Hulk 3, Quantum Mania 5, Soulstone 6, Power Orb 7, Ether 8. Actually, what am I doing? Why am I counting this up? I can just look at my thing and see how many sets I have. I'll just look at my profile. What am I doing? Duh. But then I have to count like how many collectibles are in those sets. This is only going to take a minute. I don't have a ton here. It's pretty simple. 13 full sets. Okay, so I got 13 sets right here. Not a ton of sets, you guys. You know, I got, let me copy that. I got 13 sets right here. Okay, and then how many points am I going to get off of it? So I got to add an extra. So we got 2. There's 1 there. 1 extra there. Okay, 1 extra there. That's 3. Then 3 there. That's 5. 3 there. That's 8. Okay, so I got 8 extra points because of the set. So that means I got what is that? 21? 21 set points. Okay, so that's not a ton, right? So now the way I want to do this here. So if we go to the actual article, the Veve article right here. Okay, my comic books is going to be super quick too. But we go to the article right here, earning points. Okay, so 1 point for each collectible. That's good. Okay, so then we have the bonus points. So a rare, you get 1/4 of a point for a bonus. Okay, so I have 6 rares. So that's 3 extra. No, so that's 2. What is that? I'm such an idiot. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, so 1/4 of 6. What is that? 1.5? That's an extra 1.5. Okay, so that means that my rares, I'm getting 7.5 a day. Okay, now the ultra rares, you get 1/2 point extra. Okay, so my ultra rares, so I got 6, so that means I got 9 a day. My secret rares, I get 5 points extra. Okay, that's nice. So that means this one secret rare, this is going to be 6 points a day, and my set points are still 21. So let's add this up. I think I'm doing this right. 29. Let me just stop the screen right here. Okay, here we go. We're back here. Okay, so 29 plus 7.5. Oops. I have a calculator in the background here. Plus 7.5 plus 9 plus 6 plus 21 equals 72.5. Okay, not bad. So that's my current collectibles. And this will go up and down depending on what I buy. 72.5. So that's how much I'm getting a day. 72.5 on that. Okay. That's how much I should be getting per day just with my collectibles alone. Okay, so that's cool. Okay. Now, hold on 1 second here. Let's go here. Let's see what we got here. Comics. Okay. There we go. Here we go, everybody. Okay, let's go to my collection right here. Okay, now comics, I got 392 comics. Okay, so that's mostly where my stack is, you guys. It's mostly in the comics, okay? And let's see. Oh, Meta Money, you got 300 points a day. Nicely done. Okay, where's the master list to see where I stand in the community? If you just go to Veve's, their Veve.me, you can see where you stand in regards to your points and stuff. If you look on your profile, you can see, you can for sure, right? So, okay, so 392 comics. Let me just present this right here so you guys can see this. Okay, here we go. So let's see all my comics now. 392 comics. Okay, now we can select here. Let's go rare right here. How many rares do I got now? And these get me 2 points a day. So 1, 2, okay, we got 5, 10, 15, 16 rares. Okay, so that's 2 points. So that's 32 points a day. 2 points a piece, 32 points a day. Boom. Okay. Uncommons. Let's get rid of this here. Uncommons. Okay, how many do I got here? This is going to be taking me a little bit longer to add up because I get 1/2 point a day on these puppies, right? And you can stack these up as much as you want. The rares, I have only single comics on those ones, right? So let's go. We got 15 plus 17 plus 2 plus 2 plus 11 plus 1 plus 10 plus 22 plus 10 plus, and this is my bigger one right here, 70 plus 26. There's my stack of fantasies. You see that? So that's 186. Okay. 186 uncommons right there. So that I get 1/2 point for those a day. So, you can already see that I'm well under what the app is giving me daily. 186 uncommons. Okay. My common comics, let's see how many of these I get. I get 1/4 of a point on these ones. Oops, sorry, that's the wrong one. I am supposed to do that. Okay, close that. Common. There we go. Here's all my common. Okay. 5. This is going to be a little bit. Hold on one second here. Okay, so 5, 6. Okay, I got to add this up here. 6 plus, and then I got 65 of those, plus 3 more on that row, plus 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4 and 98 is 102, plus 102 there. Okay, plus another 5, plus another 7. Okay, so 188 commons. So that's pretty close to my uncommon total right there. Okay, boom, 188. I'll show you my list. Ultra rares. How many ultra rares I got? I don't really have a lot of ultra rares. I haven't really been collecting a lot of ultra rares, but let's see. I got one. It's the big one. It's the big one. That's all I need. One ultra rare. Okay. And I can tell you right now, I only have one secret rare at the moment as well. And that's my Miles Morales. So if I close this off and one secret rare of my Miles Morales. Okay. And I don't have any artist proof. How many artist proof do I have? None. The one of ones. Okay. So that's interesting. So let's just get back down here. Let's stop the screen, go back to my little presentation. Hope you guys are enjoying this. You know, this is something I wanted to do. So I'm, you know, okay. So here's the thing. So there's my comics right here. Okay. So in terms of points, commons. Okay. So let's just calculate this really quickly. So I get 1/4 of a point for every common times 0.25. So I got 47 points. Okay. Okay. So 47 points. There we go. Uncommons, I get half a point. So 186 plus, or not plus, 186 times 0.5 equals 90. So I get 93 points on my uncommons. Okay. My rares, I get 2 points each. So that's easy. That's 74 right there. If my, 64, sorry. Math. Okay. Okay, ultra rares, I get 3 points. So that's 3 points. There we go. And then secret rares, I get 6 points. So I got there. Okay, so that's good. Now, low addition points. This is interesting because I get this every day too. Because my commons, if you go to my commons right here, you can see I have this is another little mini strategy I've been doing for both MCP, because the lowest 5%, you get a bonus point for stuff. I'm going to check the article to make sure it applies to comics. I believe it does, but I've been going after 3-digit commons of some of the really top comics that I like. So let me just save this right here. Okay. And let's go over to the article right here, just to double check. Here we go. Let's go to the article. Okay. Over here. Okay. So yeah, here we go. So this is daily points for collectibles. Okay, you can see that right here. You get a low addition bonus. Okay, right here on collectibles. Now, let's go to comics right here. Comics low addition bonus. 50% points earned for the 5% lowest mint comic available to the public. Total additions. So 50% less point bonus. Okay, so that's cool. So let's check that out. Let's go over to where I'm at right here. Okay, so I have, these are commons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have one in here, so 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have one in there, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 in the top 5%. So 21 in the top 5%. Okay, so this is a bit of a calculation. These are 1/4 points a day. So 21 times 0.25 equals 5. I get an extra 5 and 1/4 points by having my low mints. So that's my low mint. That's my low addition right there. 5 and 1/4 points for my calculation. 5.25. There we go. Okay, that's on the screen right there. Okay. Okay, so let's stop this right here. Let's go back to my little thing. I don't think there's anything else for me to calculate, really. Okay, let's just go over the list right here. Comics. Okay, here's the way I got to do it. Just so I gotta separate it by color here. Let's go 47, 93. This is daily, okay, guys? So I should be getting a lot more than I'm getting right now and shown in the app. There's 3, there's 6, there's 525. Collectibles, daily points, 72.5 right there. I don't have any low mint bonuses on my collectibles, sadly. I don't think anyway. If I do, it's, you know, it's very small. It might be like a quarter of a point, maybe. So I'm not really going to calculate it. So this is points there, 25 points right there for my activity a day, every day, my daily activity, just logging in and doing all that stuff. I'm going to get those 25 points a day for sure. Okay, so let's calculate them up. Now, Veve says that I got 102.95 points yesterday. Okay, so I'm assuming they're going to increase this because my calculations show that every single day at this moment, I should be getting 47 plus 93 plus 64 plus 3 plus 6 plus 5.25 equals 208. This is, am I doing this wrong? Because this is 218.25 points a day just on comics. Okay. Plus 72.5 for my collectibles. 218.25. Okay. And then plus my, my 25 points a day for, you know, just being active in the app. So it looks like my daily points, from what I'm calculating, 315.75. This is the number that I'm getting here. So okay, so you know, so am I doing this wrong? Like 315.75 is what I calculate. You guys saw me do it. I wanted to do this live so you can actually see what I'm doing right here. You can see here's the, you know, here, oh, that's, oops. You can see right here, I separate these out. These are the points I should be getting daily, right? Am I wrong? Okay, there's my comic points right here. Boom. I'm just doing this right here just so you guys can see right there. Okay. So this is what I should be getting. Am I wrong or what? You tell me. 315 a day. You know, give or take because of my activity, right? And if I go to my my profile, okay. So I think they're still working. They must still be working this out. It says up here 102 yesterday. So I'm missing a couple hundred points here. Yeah, well, Smith, yeah, I was like, he showed up before I had a chance, and I didn't know if I hadn't even calculated mine yet. I knew I was under. I knew when I look at this, 102 points yesterday, I knew I was under. I'm at Diamond 4, so I mean, whatever this is calculating. The only thing is I went to level 22 just yesterday, okay? I went to level 2 just yesterday. And by the way, I already mentioned this to the Veve team. If you click on this right here and you learn about Master Collector, it takes you to the old Medium article. So they got to send it over to this one right here. This is, I mean, they'll send it over here eventually. They're aware of it. They'll send it. So I'm not worried about these points necessarily, but yeah, I mean, Alex, I don't know if he would have been able to give me an answer on that. I mean, obviously they're just working on it, right? So low mint bonus, 50% of the rarity for the comic. I just took 50% of the points. So, I mean, you know, it could be, you could be right. It could be the 50% of the rarity, but I just took 50% of the points. So I just took, when I took a common, it's like an eighth of a point is what I did. I just did an eighth of a point, which is fine because it added up, you know, to, did I do a quarter of a point? Yeah. So it added up. So it's okay. Right. So, I currently have 39 sets and 24 comics plus activity. That's pretty good, 39 sets. And I'm only getting into 300 points. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with this 100 points. Anyway, I'm not worried about it, but that's where I stand, everybody. And where are you, Charles? 903 collectibles, 115 sets, 1,000 comics, and I received 2,900 and 2,094 daily points. Yeah, man, for sure. Molly, stacks of comics are worth less for each one you have. Not for commons and uncommons. Okay, so commons and uncommons you can stack as forever as you want. If you go down to earning points right here, okay, and maybe this is what's happening right here. Daily comics, you see that right here? Daily points. Okay, so comic points are earned by the rarity of the comic cover. For example, 2 points for a common and secret rare. There's the common at 0.25 point. There's those two right there, right? Quarter of a point, half a point. Duplicates. If you own duplicate comic covers, these are subject to diminishing points. Excluding common and uncommon. So we've always known this. You can stack up as many commons and uncommons as you want. It shouldn't diminish your points. So so that's where I'm sitting right here. So there's a discrepancy in my point totals, and I'll have to like do some more research about this and find out what's going on, because it says this. Where am I at? 102 points. This is what Veve says I get. Let me just highlight that in red so I can actually, or let me go, let's go in pink. Veve says 102. I say 315. So anyway, guys, I'll post this results and, you know, we'll go from there. But that's about all I wanted to say today, guys. That was it. That was what I wanted to do. Now I'm coming back on Saturday after the Gauntlet drops with a big live stream with lots of comic book giveaways. You know, we're going to have Lego minifigures, and I have a couple special comics that I haven't shown you yet. So stay tuned for that. My sad club for my holders of my drop heads is coming back on Monday, where it means if you own a drop head and you haven't won a prize or reward yet, the sad club's back for you. At the end of last year, I rewarded everybody who owns a drop head. They all got Omi and comics and all sorts of fun stuff. So everybody who's a drop head holder wins. So that's coming back on Monday. So stay tuned for that if you're a member. And like I said, on Saturday, I'll have another live stream after the Gauntlet. We'll have some fun. And I'm going to think about this prediction for the Gauntlet. I'll probably put that video out tomorrow with my thoughts as I continue to, you know, look at the whole community and see what people think about, you know, what's going on right here. Jamie, if I craft Gauntlet, then I sell it in the market, do I get the Thanos airdrop? I don't know. I wouldn't, if I were you. I wouldn't sell it. I think you have to hold it. I think you have to hold it, you guys. That's a good question. If you craft it and then it shows you craft it, there's going to be like a screenshot, right? At some point. So let me just quickly look here. If we go to, let's just look at that. Jamie, that's a great question. Let's see if we can find that answer right now before I go on Veve's page here. Okay. And what do you say right here? You'll have to hold it till June 10. That's my impression. They said once you craft it, you're locked in for the airdrop, so you could sell it right away. You know, and so there's conflicting things. It's a great question right here. Yeah, 102 points a day is wrong for me. It's not calculated. I should be getting 300 and something a day, you know, not 102. So yeah, this is the question. So, you know, if you get it, let's just quickly look at this. In celebration of 5 years of the release, okay, Soulstone crafting, blah, blah, blah. Infinity Gauntlet drops the 13th. You must craft all the stones and add them to get the gauntlet. Artifacts are burned. Infinity Stone empowered gauntlets to get Thanos Philosopher airdrop. Using the Eye of Agamotto will work, but Secret Rare will get you Thanos Warrior airdrop. You have until June 10th to craft the stones into the gauntlet to receive the airdrop. Okay. So, do you need to hold the gauntlet? You just need to craft it. Now, I don't want to say either way, okay, you guys? I'm going to tell you right now that I don't know. And I'm going to hold my gauntlet just to be sure. Okay, let's let Veve answer that question. That's a good question. We had Alex here earlier, and we never thought about asking that question. That's a good question. So we'll just ask your question. This is the way to get it answered, but I'm holding mine. So let's just scroll down a little bit further to where we have this right here. Okay. To where we have this. Any of the 3 rarities will work. You'll get the secret rare Thanos Warrior. Important when the stones are crafted. They are burned and will no longer exist. Okay, that's fine. We know that. Find the secret rare gauntlet with the stones in the store. Craft your stuff. This is all standard. This will be in that video. You get all of them. You do it at once. Bang, you got it. Okay, and then the airdrop. Collectors who craft all 6 stones to the gauntlet before the 10th will receive this airdrop on the 17th. Unredeemed editions will burn. It doesn't say you have to hold it. It says if you craft it. So, Jamie, this is what they're saying, and I think you guys are right here. If it ain't rated, I was thinking maybe you'd have to hold it. Sven says you don't think you need to. Thrift a Lot says once you craft it, you're locked in for the drop. That could be the case, but I'm going to hold it anyway. The crafting is the way to get the airdrops. Yeah, for sure. Bones said you can sell it right away. Corey said that in the video. Okay, so you just need to craft it. If Corey said it in the video and Bones, you watch the vid. So this is the best way to find out, like I said, is we'll just watch the vid. We'll just watch this video right here, the full tutorial that Veve tweeted out. And if Corey said that in the video, then there you go. You're good to go. All right, guys, that's it. I'll watch that video just to be sure. But that's it, guys. I want to thank you guys again for coming out. It was a lot of fun. Thank you so much to Alex for coming out today and talking to us for a bit. That was great to talk to him again. Big wishes and love and everything going to Frank's family and to anybody else who's feeling bad about, his passing. Much love to you guys. The community's strong. We'll get through this together for sure. And we'll just celebrate his life and all the stuff he did and his vision for the future that we could all share. I mean, he saw it. He's the guy who, like I said, understands what we're all here for, more than most, this virtual world that's being built. And like Alex said, he was invigorated by the whole thing. So that's amazing. So anyway, we'll just continue to celebrate his life and we'll continue to go for things and see what they have announcement. They said Veve's announcing something today. It's coming soon. So check out their Twitter page. There's another drop being announced. And you did see my earlier thing with, the leak we had for Return of the Jedi items, Akbar. The report is that Akbar, we see him, but then the Rancor monster, I think, was in the article. And I think Jabba the Hutt was in there. But we'll wait for their official re-announcement of that one for sure. But yeah, you guys have yourselves an awesome Thursday. I'll see you on Saturday. Good luck. Thanks for coming out. And, happy collecting, as always. All right, I'll see you again soon. Bye, guys.